Hey everybody, we're gonna go ahead and do another video here of the fire patties. See, some pink ones are. I got a blue one still in here. Probably heard a dog there, didn't you? No, not exactly in the wilds of the wilderness. See if I can. There we go. Of course, not really trying to get a fire going today, so the first thing I did wrong was not get some stuff we're just gonna either do this a slow burn, let it dry it out. Now everything is literally soaked. Everything I'm working with here is completely wet. That's probably grab a baton. Everything's soaked to the bone. conditions like this are literally not the best and not the most ideal conditions to get a fire going in when everything is soaked. Now the reason I'm going ahead and doing this today is to show you guys that even with wood that's just been soaked, you know, for a few days and it's cold, you know, I got gloves on, it's wet, it's cold, and man, this sucks. You know, ideally you want to get a fire bundle going. You want to get your bird nest and your tinder and kindling, and you know, and generally if you look around you can find dry wood and some of this, you know, if you get in you can get a lot of drier wood. What I should have been doing is I should have went ahead and built my fire up around it. It's got wet and mud and it's burning it, drying it out and burning it. All this gunk is soaked to the core. With this, I'm not building a fire, right? So the one thing that you'll notice is it is taking quite a bit to get this going. But what you need to understand is while you're watching this burning, is everything is literally soaked. I mean, this is drenched and soaked all the way through. Where it would normally take, you know, hours to, you know, for this something like this to dry out in a good hot sun. It's it's overcast today, and we're kind of hearing a break in actually behind a dog kennel, and kind of out of the way. Now the one thing that you see here is we're only a few minutes into it. See, we're about 12 minutes into it, 11, 12, and the one thing is we've got a good fire going. Now, another thing, if you've noticed, everything I did to get this going is I did with gloves on. And like I said, we're going to throw some more wet stuff on there and let her get going again from there. Man, everything's soaked. Now, another thing I've done to keep my fire up off the ground is I built it on my crow. Here's another thing you can do, folks. It's still burning. We still got a fire going in. If you really feel that you need some more, so you could always put some more in there. If you feel that you really have to, if your wood is damp enough. Now, if you was doing this right, and you built the fire, and if I would have got some tinder and worked my way up from smaller to larger instead of small to large to small again, or small, medium to large, I would have a bigger fire. I'd dry it out a lot quicker, and wind switching directions. And like I said, keep this in mind. I focused on bigger pieces I didn't get kindling, I didn't get anything small, and everything I used here was bigger pieces. Building the fire, I always recommend building up small to large, small as you can, you know, than your logs. Don't start out with a giant log like this first. Always start out with something small, and well, as you can see, we've got a fire going. It's definitely a fire. It's definitely going, and we've got it going with big, soaking wet chunks. A lot of smoke there. Still smoke coming off. We're threw another piece on there. So we've got to evaporate all that water before we can get her going. So in a survival situation like today, you know, I mean, I can put more stuff on there and I can keep it going and build it bigger and bigger and bigger, but you know, I don't want the biggest fire that I can get. Something like this is more than enough to sustain me for right now. So there's your fire patties. We do have a flame. We can build a fire when everything's damp and wet. Sorry for the video taking so long, but hope you enjoyed.